Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Jacob of Paradox Multimedia here, and welcome back to another stream. This was somewhat unplanned, but when an opportunity presents itself, you take it. So here we are for a late night music production stream. So hopefully this will be good. Um, my microphone has had a tendency to just tip on me for some reason. Just waiting on the time because there's still a few minutes. So just wait a little bit and see what happens. But welcome. See you there, Huggies. Thank you. uh, what to do? Well, hydrate for one thing. It's actually quite warm in here tonight. I've got the others open for the flight and a tab here. Just watching for things. Um, anyway, so while everybody, I guess, is getting ready, I'm going to swap over to this view for the DAW. So this is the DAW I work with normally, Cakewalk. This is actually the second DAW I've ever really used. I started out using one called Magix Music Maker, and it was okay, especially for a first DAW, for a free DAW, but has some issues, which is why I switched over to using Cakewalk. So that's what we're going to be using for tonight. Also, Cakewalk is just easier to record because Magix does this weird thing where it separates everything into multiple panels, but each panel counts as a separate window. So it's kind of weird. But yeah, tonight we're going to be using Cakewalk. Just move over to this drive because that's where all the important stuff is. I don't see the notifications popping up for it, but thank you. Oh, there we go. Okay, I thought it was broken for a second. Maybe the others will pop up, but I can see it on my feed. So thank you for the raid, Guava Lava. Enjoyed watching your stream. It was really cool to get to chat a bit. Hope to watch you more in the future. Thank you for the follow as well, Guava Lava and True_QDM. Thank you for the follow. Just gonna get started here. Always starts with the first instrument. I have a couple. I have a lot of different plugins. Some people call them VSTs, depending on like the formatting of them. But I've got a bunch of different synths and everything. But my favorite to use is Serum. I find Serum to be very versatile. Just gonna use that, and I'm going to. Here we go. Got a bunch of pre-made MIDI for melodies and chords / like chord progressions here, which I'm going to be working with today. Let's go with D major slash B minor. Let's actually load up a preset. Oh, you can't see that. That's weird. Okay, let me do this then. And turn off that. Nope. That's the wrong screen. Technical difficulties. There we go. Is this right? Nope. Still the wrong one. There we go. That was my bad. I just got some new monitors, so everything's still a little weird as far as like what's recognized. Because where my second screen that I'm looking at right now is plugged in, is where the primary screen used to be, which is over here, and now they're kind of swapped, so it confuses the computer and me a little bit. But now you can actually see this is what Serum looks like. Serum actually, hello Jojo Catch 40, I see you there. But this is just one of the preset skins. Let me see if I can find that. Is it menu? Nope. Trying to find it because there is a thing where like you can change. Oh, here it is. So it comes with like the default skin, which is this, which I'm not a huge fan of. Oh, thank you for the follow, Jojo Catch 40. Thank you very much. I'm glad everything seems to be working for some reason. Yeah, so this is what the normal default skin looks like. I like the Prometheum one. There are like you can download or make your own skins for Serum, but I have not really looked into it because I kind of like the look of the Prometheum one. But let's pick a good melody preset, because this is house, so let's try Crystal. Crystallized square guitar. That sounds like a good place to start. I'm just going to drag that over to my other screen so you can see this. I kind of like the way that one sounds. So let's use this melody here. That's pretty cool. Alright, so we've got our melody. Let me just zoom that out a little bit. And that was that key. Let's head over to our chords. And let's do another Serum. Hopefully, this won't be too taxing because while my computer is pretty decent, Serum does tend to eat at your CPU a little bit, but where I'm just starting this out, it should be fine. Pop that open again. And that's the feature bass one. Come on. There we go. Doesn't really have any chord ones that I'm looking for. Let's try this one. Sure. Let's try these. Oh wait, I think it's still using this one as the master. Let me mute that. Nope, okay. There we go. Nope. So for some reason, it doesn't want to read this one. It might just be me, but the volume is a little low, I would say. For the microphone or for the program? Hang on. Yeah, it is a little low. I turned down the volume for Cakewalk earlier while I was testing out some stuff because it was getting a little loud. Come on. Does that sound better? I don't want to turn it up too much just because once we start really adding stuff, it's going to start to get much louder. I don't want to have to put y'all through me messing up and making something very loud, which is also part of the reason why I'm not using the other DAW that I have, because that one was very prone to crashing and making a lot of loud noises. Okay, so I guess let's just drag this one out, because for some reason it doesn't want me to be able to preview it. So, solo that. Why is it doing that? Oh, I've got it soloed, not muted. Okay, that would explain that. I'm just being dumb. Why? I keep forgetting that I can just click that to send it back to the beginning instead of clicking rewind multiple times. That doesn't sound great, but that's why we're trying things out. Let's try this one. How does that sound with the melody we have? Doesn't really work. Hey, Huggies. It's a bit hard to hear at first, though nothing was actually on when we rated in low key. Yeah. Yeah. I started a little early, and I try not to have anything else going so that the music is actually audible. Thank you for the follow, Erwing17. Appreciate it very much. See if I can find something that fits this a little better. That could maybe work. Let me turn that down a little bit. Where's my... There we go. Oh, there we go. That's the right panel. Oh, your emote's a little 15 ball. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. We turn output down a little bit, a little lower on the attack. Getting a little bit of weird. There, let me turn down the high frequencies a bit. Well, that helped a little bit. Thank you for the follow, Alpha D-Con TV, I think that says. Alpha D-Con TTV. Thank you for the follow. we're just, well, I have no idea of knowing if you were here or not, but welcome. We're just getting started on a song. I've got a melody and a chord progression, and I'm just trying to figure out what to do with this. Yes, of course. Yep. I think I'll actually, let me open this up. Gotta zoom way in and make sure we're in the right spot. Oh, hang on. Select these. I gotta go over to move. I think. Nope, not move. Okay. Smart. Go here. Copy. Oh, here. There we go. One of the few downsides to this is, especially with editing MIDI, you kind of got to switch between the tools a lot. I could probably save myself time if I actually memorized what the keyboard shortcuts were, but I mean, oh well. Is that where I think? Hang on. Okay, so that ends like right there. The end of this one. I want to go. Oh, no. Here. Okay. So we'll just select these. Okay, so that goes far enough. Then here. Oh no, I messed it up. No, I don't want to drag it there. I don't want to drag it there. What are you doing? Okay. Let me just make sure. Oh, I didn't have that top one selected. And now it doesn't want to select anything. There we go. Copy that. And I'm going to guess. Nope. It's always. Come on. Go. There we go. V. So, to make an attempt at being engaging, what is everyone's like preferred genre of music? Like, what do you listen to the most when you're just like in the car, or laying in bed, or whatever? Like, what's your favorite thing to just jam to? There we go. Okay. Just. Oh, okay. Just make Oh. Bounced clips. There we go. Now that's all one thing again. Now let's hear. Oh, hang on. Pairs. Pairs that I forgot to fix that one. There we go. There we go. Now let's see how it sounds with the chords lining up a bit more with the melody. There we go. Indie, I would say. Okay, fair. I feel like indie itself can be a very like broad genre because the idea of indie music really just means they're independent. Like I'm an indie artist, but like I do hip hop sometimes. I do like future bass and house and dubstep. So like I'm guessing by indie, like do you mean like the more acoustic, almost kind of like coffee house stuff, or like what do you think of when you say indie? Because those are the two things that pop up in my head. Indie as just like a big spectrum, or like indie as in just like that kind of acoustic style. I mean, of course, it's not always purely acoustic, but there always seems to be an acoustic guitar in that kind of indie music that I'm thinking of. Me do a new track, and guess what? It's also going to be Serum. Wow. Don't I use a lot of different things? Actually, no, I don't want to use Serum for this one. I want to use replace synth. I want to use. Where did it go? Oh, here we go. I want to use Analog Lab V. This is one I got somewhat recently, and I really like it because it's got a lot of older synthesizer instruments, as the name implies, being analog. This has got some pretty cool stuff in it. I've not tried everything, but I really like it for its basses and its like pads, which I'm gonna try and incorporate into this without it sounding too weird, I guess, with like modern synths and analog sounds. But there we go. Let's try a. Actually, let's just go into what they have because I want to add a bass next. Hmm. I guess not. I thought this one would let you just like click on it and hear what the sound is like, but I guess not. So we will take this. Actually, which one is this? Does it no longer have the name on it? Oh wow, that's weird. I guess we'll just take this then. Oh right, I keep forgetting there's no like right click to copy. Uh, Zavi Jukes, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Big preach, big preach. Good vibes, despite the the classic serial killer emotes. Good vibes. I just tried to do it again. Just Control C, Control V. I don't know why I'm doing that. And now, what I normally do for bass, little trick, is I just take the root note from the chord progression. And I play around with that a little bit. What range is this in? Okay, so it's in the third octave, so that will probably sound just fine. Bass you'd want to have low enough that it sounds bassy, but you don't want it so low that it just sounds kind of muddy and just like dissonant. So let me. Can I shrink this window any? Oh, not without cutting things off. That is not what I want to do. So Guess I'll just bring this over here and we'll see kind of what that's like. So I'll solo that. That's not bad, but I want to try for something that has a little more character to it, I guess. How's this sub bass sound? Ooh. See, that's what I mean. It's got a little bit of bounce to it. It's not just a deep sound. It's a fun sound. So I'll use that, and I think I'll layer that with duplicate track. Okay. Is it gonna... Oh, it didn't duplicate the MIDI. That's weird. I thought it would. Oh. Or is it? It's loading. Oh no. Oh no. What is going on? Please don't crash. This hasn't happened before. I don't think I'm supposed to do that. This is not how I expected this to go at all. Oh boy. Oh gosh. Okay. I had like a momentary heart attack just now, thinking what a time to join. Hey, Kelsey, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Everyone, this is my friend Kelsey, Do What You Lovely. She is a very talented music producer. I would say in some ways definitely better than me, though she'll always deny it. Definitely check her out if you get the chance. She is a delight. But welcome to the stream, Kelsey. And you actually made it for another music stream. Imagine that. Just getting started on a track, and he's lying. It's a trap. No, this is house. But yeah, she's a good friend. She's very, very cool sometimes, except when she's not. But you know, she's still cool because she lets me say that and still doesn't hate me. But we're gonna take this and move it down here. We're gonna layer those basses. So we've got that sub bass there, and we're gonna layer it with another bass, but we'll probably turn the sub bass down just a little bit so that they're not like fighting so much. So that's a big part of music production, is trying to keep frequencies from clashing too much. Sometimes it can sound cool, but a lot of times it just sounds messy. So let me grab another bass. How does a slap bass sound? Not as cool as I was hoping. What about this metal bass? Okay, that works. You just turn down the frequencies a little bit. Thank you for the follow, 10K Graphics. Glad you can make it. Glad that you could make it. I was kind of hoping you would after our talk earlier. Glad to have everyone here. So we're gonna unmute this and hope this sounds hope this sounds good. Um, and if it does, then we'll get into maybe adding a pad and then some drums. Oh, that didn't sound so great on the end. Storm9, or Storm_9, I don't know how you prefer it to be pronounced, but thank you for joining the stream. Hey, sorry, I'm late to the party here to sport. Glad to have you here. It's only been a little bit, and we haven't made a ton of progress, but always glad to have someone new to join in. We're just starting on a sort of, I mean, I have this labeled as house, but like, it doesn't really matter what genre you start out working with. You can always end up doing something completely different, or even something completely, maybe not completely new, but you don't always end in the same place you start, is kind of the idea, which is how a lot of art works, and that's kind of the cool thing about it. Thank you for the follow, Total Gaming. Once again, big preach. Also, how do you guys like the follow animation? I didn't make it, but I designed the logo. And way back in Storm is Good Man, how's the stream going? It's going pretty good, aside from the mini heart attack I had when my DAW almost completely crashed. And I haven't saved this yet. Thrash metal. Was that in response to the genre question way earlier, or what was that? What was that in response to? Actually, I'm gonna save real quick to this because I was just talking about how I haven't saved, and then I thought it'd probably be a good idea to save before I eat my words and then end up losing this little bit of progress that I do have. So here we go. Just gonna give this another listen real quick before we do anything else. I like how it does. I like that little kind of like swirling feel there, where it like builds up and then lets go. But everything's kind of got a slightly different release. Love that. I think it sounds really cool. I think my stream lagged during that. Maybe. Because you also said indie earlier, so I wonder if that had anything to do with what you were thinking. But hope I haven't lost anybody yet. But if I have, I hope that you weren't disappointed. But I think I'm gonna. How far does this need to go? Let's go to about there and like drag this out. Oh shoot, I forgot. I didn't set any of these to be able to loop. That's another thing about Cakewalk. Is that you can't just drag and loop stuff. You have to. I'm always lost. That is ironically very true. Oh shoot, that doesn't go out quite far enough. Is it not showing where it's looping? Okay, so that's weird. I can only kind of see it. So I guess line that up here. Here. There we go. Okay. Oh, no, I didn't want to open that up. Maybe have let's loop to about here. To start, and let's try that. Getting some clashing frequencies there, but I'm not that. At least that's what that sounds like to me. I'm not entirely sure, but I'll worry about that later. I've always been kind of like a little fast and loose with my mixing, but as long as it sounds good in the end, who cares how it sounds during the process, right? I mean, okay, maybe I shouldn't be that fast and loose with it. Let me just add. I'm just gonna add a new track this time instead of trying to duplicate a track, because last time that didn't work out so well at all. So we're just gonna outright. It already made it. I just wasn't paying attention. Anytime now, Analog Lab. This one usually takes. I'm kind of surprised it opened so quickly the first time that I added it to this track, because it tends to take a little longer than most instruments to open. You just kind of gotta wait. Oh no. Why? Why are you doing this to me? Oh, great. Has that happened this stream yet? Because I don't think I've explained that. My camera is kind of plugged in a jank way, so it occasionally falls asleep. It's a whole thing I'm not going to get into right now, but every so often my camera will just like shut off and then suddenly turn back on. I haven't been paying attention to if that's happened. If it has, sorry I didn't explain it earlier. It didn't open it. Where's the window? Where's the window? Oh no, why? Why do you do this to me? And why does this just stand out? Oh, okay. Move. No, not you. Gosh. Starting to feel like my computer at work, which is not very good. Because my computer at work is a very, very poor piece of machinery. Go back. Okay, I think it was this one that we used. Yeah, pretty sure that's the one we used. That progression. So let's. Right? Oh, nope. There we go. Before we do anything, groove clip looping. I need to figure out why it's not showing that, because it should be showing that. Unless that's. I did update this right before stream, so it could be like some weird preference thing I have to go in and fix at some point. But I kind of want to hear how this sounds with the pad with the not like syncopated, separated chords. See how that sounds. Not amazing, but that could be the pad as well. Oh, that's an atmospheric pad. That could probably have something to do with it, because atmospheric pads tend to sound quite a bit different depending on your chords versus a normal pad. Let's try this. Okay, that sounds good. I just want to turn this pad down a good amount because it's starting to overpower the melody a bit, which I actually want to go and turn up a bit. Nice. This is a very good start. Very good start. Now, let me save again. And, nope, not up there. Now we're going to add something that I don't always use, and I'll be honest, feels a little bit like cheating, but there's a point to it. So this is the Unison Drum Monkey. Okay, I gotta choose my words carefully here. There are a lot of people that don't like Unison, the music company. One that I've recently, for some reason, getting in my YouTube recommendations lately. And from their talking points, okay, I get it. But also, their talking points can kind of apply to a lot of like plugin makers and sample pack sellers and stuff. And according to them, this is pretty mediocre, which, okay, fair. If you don't like it, you don't like it. I personally think it's cool. I haven't really like gotten anything too terrible out of it, and I've actually made some pretty cool stuff that I really like and that I think other people like with it. But essentially what it does is you choose your genre. It's got a bunch, and it can generate drum patterns. And like with these, you can insert like your own drum sounds and whatever. Again, it kind of feels like cheating, but like you can go and edit this and whatever, and it's pretty much mainly for inspiration stuff. For some people, anyways. I use it when I don't feel like spending a while, like, trying to come up with a drum beat. So we're going to just do a 4-bar house because that's currently what we're working with, and we'll see how that sounds. I don't quite like that one. Let's switch over and try a pop one instead. And maybe change the shaker a bit. Well, that's lovely. It just crashed. I'm glad I saved then. Why did it not? Why did it not save to recent projects? Get over here. That was weird. I don't think I've had it crash on me like that before on stream. Or really ever. That's weird. Taking its time, taking its time. Nope. There's that one, that one. Just gotta wait for it to open everything back up again, and it's not responding. Yay. That one's empty. Let's open this one then. Chaotic Judge, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. I was in the middle of making some music, and then my program decided to crash, so we're waiting for that to open back up. Wish it hadn't right before you came into stream, but welcome all the same. Just tab all of those so they're out of the way. It's almost done, everybody. It says it's almost done. You can kind of see it if I'm not sitting in front of it. Let's hope it's actually almost done. No, man, I just left you all tabbed up, was busy. I mean, fair. That's fair. I mean, I feel like that's how a lot of people treat the flights. I just saw that I haven't followed. I mean, much appreciated. So yeah, I get you. Makes sense. I mean, I can't speak for everybody, but I feel like it's getting pretty late for some people, especially for me. But I didn't want to miss the chance, so here I am. But man, I didn't get to watch many people today because of being at work all day and then coming home and having to get dinner and stuff, you know, the whole adult thing. Why is this still not loaded? Great. But I tried to... Oh, okay. I tried to catch a few. I think I got to catch the last few hours. I think around like 8 or 9 o'clock was when I hopped in to the Twitch theater thing and started watching some people. Got me some food, finally haven't ate all day. Dang, man. I know how that feels some days. That's usually the weekend for me, ironically, when I have the most time to make sure I can eat. I spend my time focusing on everything else but making sure I eat. And then by the time I finally think, oh hey, I should eat, it's like over half the day is gone. You know, I miss looking at everyone's streams. I'm there looking, Air Nation support. Whoop, yep. This is it's a pretty cool thing, Air Nation, even though I just joined like yesterday and heard about it like a week or two ago. But yeah, this is pretty cool. I'm looking forward to being a part of the whole... I know I don't sound super enthusiastic. It's because I'm tired. But I'm kind of looking forward to being a part of this community. It's really cool how everyone's just like there to support each other and also is like able to get a chance to take a turn at times and be able to get some growth. It's really cool. Yeah, it was a crazy day. Sorry I wasn't here earlier. It's fine. It's fine. I kind of wish I'd prepared a little better for this one, like by making sure that it wasn't going to crash like this. I don't know why it is taking so long to load this program. Because it looks like it should be all done. There's my wallpaper for anybody who didn't see it already. Fallout. Oh. I wouldn't say I'm a huge Fallout fan. I like the lore and stuff, and the games are pretty cool. I've only played New Vegas so far. Yeah, I think... Okay. So, it was saying it was almost done loading, and then it just sat there until I went and told it to load the project again. What have you been working on? Just something brand new. I thought about taking a project I was already working on and doing some work on that, but I felt like that'd be weird to just kind of like have everyone come into something that they like didn't see from the beginning. So it would be, I guess, a little confusing, especially where this is like I haven't done very many music streams just because in the past I've not gotten like a ton of viewership on them, but I do want to try and do them more regardless of like however many people watch because this is something I'm like passionate about. I mean, Fallout 3 is my favorite. Fallout 3 I actually had for a long time. I bought it on Steam, but when I bought it, I just had this really crappy laptop and it was like good for nothing except for like Microsoft Word, which is funny because I had it during college. Like I got it, I tried running Minecraft on it. The most I could get was like 20 frames per second, which is horrible. And if it chugs playing Minecraft, you know there's no way I'm going to be able to get anything more graphically intensive to work. So I just kind of waited until I had a better computer, and then when I got a better computer, there was the whole weird issue with like the what was it, the Microsoft Live Games thing or whatever, where there was a file missing, so it wouldn't run, and then people found a way around it by, or not really a way around it. They found a way to get the file and then just put it where it needed to go. And then right after this became a fix, Valve, or not Valve, Bethesda went and updated the game so that it didn't need to be, like, you didn't have to go into the files and put something somewhere for it to work. And by that time, I had just found out about it, but I had already started my playthrough of New Vegas, so I'm probably going to do that whenever I get around to finishing New Vegas. I don't like plan on 100%ing it, but I've really only experienced a small portion of the game, and I'm already level 23, which, if I didn't have the DLC, would be pretty close to max level. I will say, despite that, I can still barely fight a Deathclaw because I decided to spec into energy weapons, which aren't the most effective against Deathclaws. I haven't encountered any Cazadors in a while, though, which I'm slightly disappointed by. Yeah, I feel you, man. I remember the struggle. Yeah, Cazadors are like the hardest thing at the beginning. And now it's like I've got a good stock of anti-venom and I've got like decent weapons and stuff, and it's like I don't see them anymore. It's like, where did you go? But this is all working again, so I guess I'll get back to this. It was a pain for me because I played with mods. See, if I've yet to really mess around with mods just because I don't really know how to do it. I've messed around a little bit with Skyrim mods, and I know it's slightly similar because of the similar engine, but not exactly the same. The one mod I would definitely get that I feel like should be a part of every vanilla playthrough is the sprint mod, because you don't have a sprint button. You can't sprint at all in New Vegas, and it seems really dumb to me that you can sprint in other Bethesda games. I know New Vegas is not New Vegas. Yes, it is New Vegas. It's not Bethesda. It's using their engine, but it was made by Obsidian, so I know there's a difference. But at the same time, I feel like it really wouldn't have been that hard for them to implement sprint, because it's just so boring walking places, especially if you haven't gained the ability to fast travel to a location yet. I will say though, the auto walk feature where you just start walking and then you press Q and then you can just walk hands free, that's kind of cool. I feel like that doesn't really make up for not being able to sprint. But anyways, let's get back to this a little bit. I'm gonna try to load that again, which, because that crashed, even if I did really like and want to use that drum pattern that this made, I wouldn't be able to now because it's gone. but let's go back over here and let's hear how this one sounds. Oh, if you have experience with Skyrim mods, Fallout is pretty similar. I watched YouTube tutorials to learn how to do it. Yeah. Do you... So, do you need, like, the Nexus mod manager thing or whatever to be able to do mods for, like, New Vegas? Because I didn't notice that there was, like, a built-in thing, like what Skyrim has. Because that's mainly how I used mods for Skyrim. I tried using... It was either Vortex or, like, Nexus. Actually, now that I think of it, those are two different things. I tried using Vortex, or the Nexus mod manager, one of the two, to get some mods implemented, and it was kind of weird how it worked. And I haven't really done it in a while, so... I mean, I know there are YouTube tutorials. I'll probably check some out to see about doing a modded playthrough after I do a vanilla playthrough, because, of course, the best way to experience a game is how it was intended before you go and add a whole bunch of stuff to it. I've always used Nexus, yeah. I do think one of the things I really want to try out is some cosmetic mods, because I've seen some cool ones that people have that really, like, New Vegas has a very iconic look, but to see it in, like, a whole different, like, style is super cool. There are a few other things you get, but it's not too complicated when you get used to it. I figure it just takes a little bit of doing, like most things. Okay, so I am going to save again and hope that it doesn't decide to die on me. Okay, cool. Now let's see how it sounds with the drums. I just want to use this one full loop here before I go and separate out the different stems, just to see how it sounds. Oh, whoops. And that's the one dumb thing about the Drum Monkey, is it will just play over everything if you don't mute it. Oh, why'd I move away from the pause button? Unpopular opinion, but I actually loved New Vegas a lot. A lot of people hated it. Do they? See, everyone I see talking about Fallout is always like, "Oh, New Vegas is the best." You know, if they're not somebody who's like dead set against anything that's not just like the top-down isometric gameplay of Fallout 1 and 2. Honestly, I think I've seen more people hate on 4, if anything. Some people don't like 3 just because of like how big and empty it is, and that being a part of it being like an open world, that open world that you can go anywhere you want from the beginning of the game. But I've heard a lot more hate for Fallout 4 than New Vegas. I can't think of anybody that I've ever met who like enjoys Fallout, or at least like knows what Fallout is, and doesn't like New Vegas. And I can kind of see why people really like New Vegas, because it's kind of the best version we have of like original Fallout meets like modernized Fallout, going from that like difficult, again, like top down isometric view, like 2D 3D kind of thing that the original two had going on, to what we have with New Vegas and Fallout 3 and Fallout 4. Speaking of, I've heard that I haven't played it, but I've heard that 76 has gotten a lot better. That used to be a garbage fire, but apparently it's gotten better. I haven't had the chance to play it because I've been afraid that if I start playing another Fallout game, I'll stop caring about the Fallout game I'm already playing and never get back to it. Which, not specific to Fallout, but I've had that happen before with games. I love the way the weapons could be modded, and I like how they expanded the follower commands. That was pretty cool. I've yet to really experience anything with the weapon modding stuff, mainly because I've not been looking for it. Also, I've not really focused on many weapons that have a lot of mods, I don't think. I mean, I've got like a plasma rifle, which there's probably a couple of things for, and I mainly use a missile launcher that I got recently during my gameplay, and also an incinerator, which is my favorite because I went around a couple areas and found a ton of like Mr. Handies and just a gold mine of flamer fuel. I love it. It's just so funny when you get a random Legion raid on you and you just like turn around and you just rain fire down upon them. Like, yep, just a little closer. Okay, let's take that and loop it. Control A. Okay, so at this distance I can see it. I don't know why zoomed in I couldn't see. Yeah, now you can see the separation of these. Like where it loops. For some reason that wasn't showing before. Haven't played 76, but I've heard that bases get destroyed all the time, so I feel like I'd be disappointed after spending so much time to build a base just for it to be destroyed. True. That would definitely suck. I remember there was a whole thing where, like, someone found a way to get under the map and, like, built a whole base spanning, like, a large portion of the world. And then they got banned for because it was technically cheating. Dude, that was a whole big thing. They were trying to stop people from like messing around and exploiting the game. And like some people I had heard they apparently made them like write essays on why cheating is bad to get unbanned from the game. Imagine that. Like imagine if like top name like big name games had something like that for like cheaters, which I think it'd be hilarious if that did happen and then somebody just like cheated on the essay and just like had somebody else write it. Like I feel like that'd be some irony that I would love to see. Broken Bethesda games, they're made to exploit. Exactly. I think they only cared about not New Vegas. They don't care about New Vegas, or at least it doesn't seem like it, though apparently there's been talks about New Vegas too, but that's neither here nor there. But yeah, I think they only really cared about 76 just because they made it out to be like this big thing, and then seeing how spectacularly it crashed, and like knowing that it would make headlines about how like bad the game was, how broken it was, they like tried to do some really bad damage control to like save the game's reputation, which obviously it didn't. the only people I know who still plays New Vegas are my two friends who are also into Fallout that got me into playing New Vegas. Actually, one of them bought me New Vegas. I told them I would stream New Vegas if you bought me the game, and they did. I was like, well, I guess I'm streaming New Vegas now. I think I'm like 17 streams into it, and I'm not super far, I would say. I'm like a good way into the story. I was playing for House, and then he wanted me to destroy the Brotherhood of Steel, so I kind of axed him and decided to go the Yes Man route, which is the canonical route anyways, so I mean, whatever. I feel like it would make sense for, like, the story to be, like, first you go with House, and then you're like, you know what, never mind, I think I'm gonna go my own way. Let's take that. Loop that a couple of times. Oh, there goes my camera again. That took a little longer than usual to come back on. Weird. Thankfully, I don't have to worry about batteries. See, what we all wanted was a multiplayer in Fallout, kind of like couch co-op. Then Bethesda wanted to cash in on MMO and was like, here's our compromise, give us money. Pretty much. Pretty much. I'd say that's pretty accurate. I do like, kind of unrelated, but the Skyrim Together mod has, I was gonna say recently, but I think it's been a while ago, and I just saw a really old video and thought it was recent. But Skyrim Together apparently is like a thing people can like use now, and it's like pretty decent. There's some like things to it that are kind of whack, but like it for the most part works for you to just play Skyrim with your buds, which is pretty cool. I thought about checking into it and like trying to do a stream with me and a couple of friends trying out Skyrim Together to see if we could, one, get it to work, and two, see how it would be to, you know, play a Bethesda game with friends instead of, you know, like you said, couch co-op, because it'd be kind of cool. But, I mean, you win some, you lose some. Best thing we can hope for is that they don't do something dumb like this again. I mean, on the one hand, it's Bethesda and Todd Howard, but also, oh yeah, I tried that. It was broken, but I loved it. Lol. I mean, some of the best things are broken. Like, I feel like that's part of the reason why people love Bethesda games so much. But, yeah, I think that would be cool. I had a different thought that I was on. What was it? But yeah, hope that they don't do something dumb like this again. Because it's like, on the one hand, it's Bethesda and Todd Howard, Mr. It just works. But then you've also got, like, the fact they're under Microsoft now. So it's like they don't super have any excuse not to make the best games they can. Like, I know money doesn't, like, make everything immediately better. Just look at the anime industry. But, like, I feel like now they don't really have an excuse to make games super broken or bad. But, all you can do is wait and see and hope, I guess. What was I going to do? Right. I was going to do something else with the melody. 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 Something, 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 something with the melody. Going to go here. We're going to try for a pluck instead. Ooh, that trumpet, though, sounded like it might be something cool. We're going to try this. So I'm going to take that, and that, and that, and boom. But now we're going to do something different with it. Instead of ending it like that, goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to put that here. Alright, man, gotta go. Time for me to go. Time for me to eat something. Thanks for hanging around, Chaotic Judge. Appreciate it. Hope to see you again. Probably will in the Discord, I guess. But yeah, go get something to eat and have a good night. Let me take that. And oop. I think this would be cool. And we'll make another one. Insert instrument. And where did that go? Oh, right here. Cool. Just where I wanted it. We're going to take that one. And we're going to give that trumpet preset a go. Because I would love to try out a trumpet. And Control V. Oh, where'd it go? All the way out here. Not where I wanted it to go, but oh well. So you're making this for someone? No, actually. I am just making it. That's kind of what part of my whole deal is I'm just a music producer. I normally work on just my own instrumental tracks, and occasionally I'll get there's like a couple of people that I've gotten like commissions from before, which I am always open to do if you're looking for like a beat, or if you're working on like a video project or something and you want like a couple of tracks for like scenes or whatever. I've done a lot of different stuff. So but this one right now I'm just kind of making for me, I guess, to once it's eventually finished, post on my YouTube channel. And I guess if I feel like it, like upload it to DistroKid, which is the distribution service I use, and like ship it out to like Spotify and iTunes and stuff like that. But that's a maybe. I don't do that with all my music, kind of just the stuff that I feel like is good enough for it. Which I don't think all of my music is, but I do want people to hear whatever I work on, so it goes up on my YouTube channel regardless of whether it goes up on like streaming platforms and stuff like that. But let's go and see how this sounds. What I wanted to do here for this kind of like, not exactly a breakdown section, but I wanted to do something that wasn't just like taking some melody and like looping it with the same lead over and over again, because I feel like that gets boring very quickly. So I wanted to instead take the melody, take part of it and put it through one, and then the rest put it through another. So we're going to see how that sounds and mess around from there. Which honestly, I would say I have a very different means of producing and composing compared to pretty much every other producer I know. But I've gotten a lot of good feedback on my music, so I like to think I'm doing something right. So let's go and give this a listen. I feel like the trumpet doesn't work, but what about the pluck? I think that sounds pretty good. So let's find something we can do for this that will sound decent. Not really a pluck. Snakes? Not for this type of song. Saber. Pride. I feel like I'll need something to transition that a little bit, but that won't be too hard. I think actually I want to change the pluck instead to something else. I think that sounds pretty good. I think I'll definitely turn this one down a little bit. Reduce some of the frequencies. So there we go. Not bad for an hour and a half almost. My goodness. Yeah, music making is a very strange process. Sometimes you can make and finish a song within like an hour, and other times you spend a whole bunch of time and like this is maybe as far as you get. Maybe not even. It just kind of depends on like the inspiration and like what you got to work with, your flow. This is how I spend not as much anymore, but this is how I've spent a lot of nights just like staying up into the early hours in the morning, just like fixated on like a song. Especially like sometimes you'll just like hit a part and like nothing sounds right. then you'll like get ready to go to bed, and then you're like, wait, an idea, and then you like rush back over, and like it's a crazy thing, let me tell you. That's happened plenty of times to me. Depends on if it's a no thoughts, head empty kind of day. Yeah, kind of. Also, I'm glad to see you're still here, Kelsey. I wasn't sure if you had dropped off or not. How do you think of this one so far? I like how it's sounding, though. I have some mixes, but I've never posted them. I just use them sometimes for background music videos. Fair, very fair. That's how I started out with my music a lot. I tried making my own background music and decided that I was bad at that, so I just started making songs that I thought would sound good for background music, and then just kind of throughout the whole background music idea was just like, nah, I just want to make music. And that's not the entire story, but like that's part of it. But yeah, I did actually at one point try to like make all my own background music, and it's not very good. Because I noticed that like some YouTubers just had this like iconic background music that they would use, not realizing that it like came from like the YouTube music library or whatever. And I was just looking, I like it a lot. I'm glad you got rid of the trumpet because the detuning on it was killing me. See, I'm still kind of on like detuned sounds. Like I kind of like it sometimes, but I can like unless I see that it's detuned, I never know if something sounds tuned or not for like a synthesizer, because that concept is just like beyond me. Because I can't imagine how a synthesizer could be out of tune, but I'm always learning new things, so it's just kind of how it be. I'm going to do a little thing here. And leave that for a moment. And pop into my big folder. And it's on page 3. Reverse, and this is in D flat, B minor. I think we're going for more of a B minor. You can see which sounds better. Okay, why did you drag that onto its own track and not onto the track I had? What was that? Like everything just stopped and just went, whoa. That's weird. Also, let's do that and increase that a bit. So far, we've made it 40 seconds in an hour and a half. My word, that is crazy. That is insane. Probably next thing I want to do is take the drums. And I want to do something a little more with them. So let me unmute that. like that's not really coming through. Let me change that to a clap. Well, that didn't do anything. Now I've already got a clap, but I feel like it works to have another one in this. For the hat, the open hat, anyways. I find it weird we've got an off snare, but not an actual snare. So let me go and throw a snare into there. Let's go with Apple. I feel like that one's really good. Oh wait, I didn't generate anything. Maybe not for this one. I don't want to change up the sounds too much. Kind of like that. I think I might change the percussion though. Okay, that's an interesting one. Afraid and Airplane are very similar sounding samples. That sounds kind of funny to me. Oh, I was trying to do like a thing. Aloof. I like that. I like that. We are using that. I'm going to save this and we are using that. Well, I'm going to have you tabbed up. I got to make sure the kids are staying in bed before they lay down. I just want to say I'm glad to have you in this community. I look forward to seeing more of your streams. Thank you, Storm9. I really appreciate it. I'm really glad to have so many people just be like so welcoming and like wanting to support each other. That's really cool. Get some good rest, especially if you got kids to deal with. But yeah, have a good night. Thank you for joining the stream. I appreciate it. So let's drag and drop that completed again onto this track because we didn't end up using it. Oh, again, I keep forgetting that I've got to tell it to loop it because otherwise it will not. Let's see how this sounds. Oh, I forgot to turn that off. that is really cool. I really like that. I mean, we're still a good ways from done, but almost a minute in like 100 minutes. Um, I think I'm pretty happy with where this is. I could do more, but honestly, it's a bit late, and I feel like if I go on too longer, I might this might go from a music stream to a sleep stream. So, just switch over here real quick. Thank you so much for everybody who came to the stream. I really appreciate it. Thank you for the raid. I am really glad that I decided to check out Air Nation and to check out this whole thing going on. I appreciate everybody coming out. And I also appreciate the opportunity that came up to be able to do this tonight, which definitely wasn't expecting. But again, when an opportunity arises, you take it. So thank you for joining. I hope to be able to do another flight soon. Maybe not as the last person, but who knows? Thank you everybody who showed up. Thank you everybody who followed. If you haven't already, I'd appreciate it if you'd follow so you can be notified when I go live next. Or, you can wait till the next flight I'm on. Either or. If you want to support the channel and me, best way you can do it is by checking out my about section for my socials. Check out my YouTube, my Spotify, my Twitter. YouTube and Spotify would be where you can check out more music like this. That's already done. Twitter, where I sometimes do like updates or just like post dumb stuff. There's a link to the second channel I have, which is where I upload the stream archives, or the VODs, whatever you want to call them. This will probably be going up tomorrow if everything cooperates. I'll probably continue this Sunday, which is my normal time to stream. I normally stream on Saturdays and Sundays from 5 p.m. to about 8 p.m. EST. So check those out if you want to see a more normal, I guess, stream for me. But I'll probably be doing music again Sunday. Check out the merch if you want. I try to make some cool looking designs. I've got a Patreon. I've got my own Discord server, though it's not super active. There's links for all that stuff. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm done chilling for tonight. Thank you once again, everybody who showed up. I hope to see you again very soon. But with all that being said, I hope you have a great day, night, whenever you're seeing this, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Yay, more music streams. Let's go. Yeah, let's go. Let's do it. Bye.